Okay. The next empire, Medo-Persia, we know from the story Esther, the rule was if you walked into the king's throne room without an invitation, you're dead. Takes a lot of guts. I guess maybe Daniel figured I got nothing to lose, but either way, Daniel's walking in. The king's already in a foul mood. Not much to keep him from getting, right over the edge. So, but he went at 16 at once to see the king and requested more time to tell the king what the dream meant. Then Daniel went home and told his friends Hananiah, Mishael, and Azariah what had happened. He urged them to ask God of heaven to show them his mercy by telling them the secret so they would not be executed along with the other wise men of Babylon. Those guys were praying for their life. Literally. That night the secret was revealed to Daniel in vision. Then Daniel praised the God of heaven. Verse 20 through 23 is this amazing prayer of praise that Daniel gives God. That he controls everything. He knows what's going to happen. He puts kings up. He takes kings down. He's the one, and thank you. Verse 24. Next morning, Daniel went to see Arioch. Remember Arioch? Conquers the killer? Oh, you look so ferocious. If that doesn't inspire fear right there, nothing will. Whom the king had ordered to execute the wise men of Babylon. Daniel said to him, don't kill the wise men. Take me to the king, and I'll tell you the meaning of the dream. Notice that the night before, Daniel had to go around Arioch to get to the king. This morning, Daniel is still working with such wisdom and tact in his culture. He's still working through the chain of command. Arioch, take me to see the king. Probably under house arrest, who knows? But he's still working directly within this system. And then, verse 25, Arioch quickly took Daniel to the king and said, I have found one of the captives from Judah who will tell the king the meaning of his dream. Where was Arioch yesterday? I found him! Lucky me! Why did you throw me a little pay raise while we're at it? Notice that he doesn't refer to him as one of the wise men. Notice he doesn't refer to him as, the guy that went through the whole class and, graduated last chapter. No, it's one of the captives. He's kind of pushing his thumb down on Daniel, build himself up just a little bit. King said to Daniel, also known as Belshazzar, is this true? Can you tell me what the dream was? Verse 27. Probably the most powerful verse in the chapter. Daniel replied, there are no wise men, enchanters, magicians, fortune tellers who can reveal the king's secrets. But there is a God in heaven who reveals secrets, and he has shown King Nebuchadnezzar what will happen in the future. There are no ones. No wise men, no enchanters, no magicians, no fortune tellers. Nobody. There's nobody that can tell you what is going on right now in your life. If you feel like it's the end of the world as you know it, the world is spinning a little bit out of control, there is no one that has the answer like God does. While your majesty was sleeping, you dreamed about coming events. He who reveals secrets is showing you what is going to happen. And it's not because I'm wiser than anyone else that I know the secret of your dreams, but because God wants you to understand what is in your heart. In your vision, your majesty, you saw standing before you a huge shining statue of a man. It was a frightening sight. The head of the statue was made of fine gold. Its chest and arms were silver, its belly and thighs were bronze, its legs were iron, its feet were a combination of iron and baked clay. As you watched, a rock was cut from the mountains, but not by human hands. It struck the feet of the iron and clay, smashing them to bits. Then the whole statue was crushed into small pieces of iron, clay, bronze, silver, and gold. Then the wind blew them away without a trace, like chaff on a threshing floor. But the rock that knocked the statue down became a great mountain that covered the whole earth. That was the dream. Now we'll tell the king what it means. King, at this point, that's it. That's it! That's the dream! He's got it! Now what does it mean? Verse 37. Your Majesty, you are the greatest of kings. Yes, I am. The God of heaven has given you sovereignty, power, strength, and honor. He has made you ruler over all the inhabited world and has put even the wild animals and birds under your control. You are the head of gold! Yes, I am. But after your kingdom comes to an end, another kingdom inferior to yours will rise to take your place. After that kingdom has fallen, yet a third kingdom represented by bronze will rise to rule the world. Following that kingdom, there will be a fourth one as strong as iron. That kingdom will smash and crush all previous empires, just as iron smashes and crushes everything it strikes. The feet and toes you saw were a combination of iron and baked clay, showing that this kingdom will be divided. Like iron mixed with clay, it will have some of the strength of iron. Well, while some parts of it will be as strong as iron, other parts will be as weak as clay. This mixture of iron and clay also shows that these kingdoms will try to strengthen themselves by forming alliances with each other through intermarriage. But they will not hold together, just as iron and clay do not mix. Now, if you're a history buff, we can spend time right now talking about how this is an amazing portrayal of the history of society from Babylon on down. We can talk about how that head of gold being Babylon. We can talk about the chest and being Medo-Persian. We can talk about Greece coming after that, one kingdom after another. We can talk about the legs of iron representing Rome, which degenerates down into this European world that spreads out, that's intermarried and trying to stay together but can't stay united and loses all the strength and power that it had. We can talk about all that stuff, but it's not the point.